team. We have Aito, Tatman.
Yes, Aito.
And Ethan Terry. Yes. Who are in the musical SpongeBob.
Yes.
And okay, you're playing SpongeBob. You're Patrick.
Yes.
All right. So you want to like give like a brief explanation of what what we should expect?
It is a crazy, crazy musical. Like I've never been in a musical before that has this much tech elements that it does. If you like know in the show, there's like the little like sound effects that SpongeBob walks. That happens in the show.
Really?
And all of like the little like when Squidward walks, it's like a squish. That happens.
Is that like a soundboard that we have, or is that? Like,
it's in the pit, yeah.
Okay.
It's,
I didn't know.
Some guy just like hits keyboards and it's
live.
so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But sometimes it'll get annoying because it'll just like happen repeatedly. Like if we're running a scene again, it'll just like keep going and it's sometimes
That's gotta
gonna get annoying.
That's gotta be like complicated to like time the walk in and stuff. Is there any like delay?
Yeah, the guy who's doing the sounds is just following us, so we don't really have to worry about it. It's
Okay.
more.
Yeah, it's more on him than anything. We just kind of go, and he's been like coming in and like watching the show, so like he'll know when to like do the things.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
When it's Mr. Krabs, does it have like
That is the song, yes. It is. And Mr. Krabs is being played by Joel Domino, if you guys know it.
Yeah.
I don't.
So how long have you guys been doing theater personally?
I've been doing theater since 5th grade. I did Annie Jr. at Willis. And
I've been doing it since 2nd grade. But I was just in like one show in 2nd grade, and then like I skipped a few years, and then I was in the show in 6th grade.
So before like middle school, when that's like school, like do the elementary schools have?
No, I was in the Elves and the Shoemaker at the Arts Castle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when did you guys start like auditioning and like practicing and stuff?
So the materials came out for it like before winter break, and we had all that like break to practice, and then as soon as we came back that same week, we started like auditions and rehearsals.
Yeah.
So it went pretty quick. So since like the beginning
It
of
was
January?
middle January. It was like around January 10th, somewhere around there.
So
Yeah.
like 2 months ish.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then the musical is, when is it? It's March
16th through 18th.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys got like another.
We still have a couple weeks,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's like a normal day at practice?
I know practice isn't like the right word. I was
Yeah,
blanking.
Rehearsal.
Rehearsal.
Yeah,
That's what-
yeah,
okay.
okay.
I was writing down our like notes.
So, like, we go in and she expects us to be like ready, because we started costumes like yesterday, and she expects us to be ready with like full mics and stuff, but we haven't started makeup, so it'll probably be longer. But with like costumes and mics and stuff, she expects us to be sometimes 2:45 and then sometimes 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So that's like a rush right after school.
Yeah.
And we go and right now we're like running scenes, and then we're like cleaning up scenes, and then we'll run the chunk that we like cleaned up scenes with that rehearsal.
Okay.
So like today we just ran like full act 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, so like
Each
at
day.
this point, how far like have you guys rehearsed? Like have you guys done
Yeah, so
almost all of it?
the whole show is blocked, and blocked means like putting actors in positions on stage and like seeing what it's going to look like on stage during a scene. So we have everything blocked, and so
Okay.
now we're just like running it and seeing what we have to fix, adding in tech and props and stuff like that.
Okay.
When you guys were doing auditions, was there much like competition for each like spot? Like obviously like the SpongeBob musical, you would assume that lots of people would like to be SpongeBob, Patrick.
There was a lot of competition. When the cast list came out, it caused kind of a little bit of an uproar.
Yeah.
Everyone was speculating. We weren't supposed to, but everybody was, and like
It's just a thing that
it's
always
just a thing that
happens.
always happens no matter
Yeah.
what. And they were all speculating about who's gonna get what, and rumors were spreading and stuff like that. And then when the cast list dropped, everybody's expectations were just completely averted. And yeah, it was very competitive actually for this show.
I remember I tried out for Squidward, and Plankton. And when I like got Patrick, like that's a bigger role. Like I wasn't upset, but I was always like, oh, I didn't get Squidward or like Plankton. And I was like,
Yeah.
but I got Patrick, which is better.
I auditioned for SpongeBob and got SpongeBob, so that was really awesome. And then I remember when the cast list came out, me, Ethan, and Stella Marks were all three in the car together when it came out. And Stella is Sandy, and Ethan's Patrick, and I'm SpongeBob. So we are the trio, and we were in the car with
It
each other
was
when
so
we saw
funny.
the cast list.
That's
But
exciting.
It
we
was
were
wild.
like speculating, like we're not gonna get in.
So
We were so happy we got cast as a trio because we're already like such good friends, us three in real life. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
do some people get just like cut like cold turkey, like you're not doing anything, or do most people get like diverted into like smaller roles?
Yeah, the middle school tends to not cut pretty much anybody. They put a lot of kids in their shows, but at Hayes, they have a number of kids that they want in the show to start off with, and then
Mhm.
that's it. That's the amount of kids they're going to cast, and if you get cut, you get cut. So yeah, a lot of kids do get cut.
Yeah.
So for this musical, how many people would you say like auditioned and how many people have like roles?
I would say 70 to 80
70 to 80
audition.
auditions.
And there's only 30 something in the cast.
Yeah, somewhere from like 20 to 35 people in the cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
There's
there's a big
definitely
chunk
more than
that got
20.
cut.
What about for the crew? Do people like that audition, like, or do they have the opportunity to be part of the crew, or is that a separate thing?
Do you want to explain? Because you
Yeah.
auditioned for both.
I did. So a lot of the times I will audition for cast, but also interview for crew. You have to sign up for two separate times and stuff. So if you're going to go for crew, or if you're going to go for cast, but I do both in case I don't get into cast. I still want to be a part of the show, so I will like interview for crew. But yeah, you're allowed to, as long as you interview for crew, then they will consider you for crew. But if you audition for cast but don't interview for crew, then
Then that's
chances
it.
are pretty much definitely not going to get into crew no matter what. So.
So how much do you guys know about like the storyline and stuff before you like audition? Like, are you already like going through
Oh.
the script, knowing everything there is to do, or?
Well, I've been wanting to do this show since 7th grade. And I went to New York and it was still like on Broadway. And the day that we got there, I was so excited, but it was closing that day that we got there. So I was so bummed out that I didn't get to see it. And I love the music in this show so much. So I've been doing research since 7th grade. And I knew the show like front to back when I auditioned. Did you like know?
I have been familiar with the show for a long time because of my theater kid phase in middle school. So I knew a lot of shows back then. So I was familiar with it, and I had heard the soundtrack and everything. It was one of my favorite musicals, and SpongeBob was actually one of my dream roles to play. So I knew quite a bit about it, but I had to refresh myself a little bit for audition. It helped that there was a recording of the Broadway show on Paramount Plus that you could watch. So I watched
Yeah.
that.
What kind of like music do they play? You're saying you really like it. Like, is it all the ones that you would expect from like SpongeBob, or is it like its own?
No.
Best Day Ever is in there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna
That
say-
one
Yeah,
is,
it's
but
kinda-
none others are.
Yeah.
Well, the SpongeBob theme song is also in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a big
naturally.
one. But like, there's music by like Panic at the Disco and like Cyndi
Okay.
Lauper and like David Bowie and Plain White T's and stuff.
Right.
So it's like a pop rock musical.
It's like a big collaboration of a bunch of pop and rock stars that came together to work on the music for this show. Like SpongeBob's big number in the show, Just a Simple Sponge, was written by Brendan Urie of Panic at the Disco, and
Yeah.
it very much shows in the song that it
Mhm.
was written by him.
So like, how close does the storyline of the musical like follow the actual TV show?
Well, it's not like based on any episodes or anything. It's like there's a volcano and it's gonna erupt, and then like SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy have to like find a way to stop it and stuff
Okay.
before like time runs out.
So it's kind of like based off of SpongeBob the characters
Yeah.
and everything, but it's like its own story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not based on any episodes.
Okay.
So it's not really okay. So, cause
Plankton is trying to stop them the entire way as well.
so
So,
he wants
So,
the
yeah, so
volcano
there's-
to hit?
yeah, he wants it to hit so that he can start a new town called Chumville that he can rule on his own.
That's kinda fun. I was thinking about it earlier when you're saying they do like the SpongeBob theme song. Does someone play like Patchy the Pirate, or does it just like play?
Yeah.
Yes.
Patchy we can't say too much about it without spoiling it, but Patchy the Pirate is in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a vital part of the show. Are you ready, kids?
George
Oh, okay,
Callahan.
okay, got it.
George Callandine is playing Patchy.
Okay.
Yeah.
How big? I was talking to Miss McLean today, our like the advisor for Talisman, and I was asking her like what kind of stuff I should ask you guys. And the one thing she really wanted to hear was about like the budgeting and stuff, because she said that I don't know how like much you can go into about that. I don't know if that's like a big deal or not. to
We
talk
have
about.
no idea.
All I
Okay.
know is that they bought the rights for $8,000.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much more money goes in it with like all the tech stuff and like hiring professionals to like be in the pit and stuff and like all the costumes and the set.
That's a lot.
I am quite sure this is probably one of the most expensive shows Hayes has ever done,
Yes.
or like in the past like 10, 15 years. It's
Mhm.
very big.
You know how many Nike tags you could buy with $1,000?
We were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know, Joe wants to buy
Nike
this.
tags.
Joe wants to buy
I
the
got
Nike.
one, I can't-
No.
I did, I got the gray one.
The full suit. I was making fun of him, cause how much is it
I got it for $150.
for sweatpants?
If you think about it though, a whole like thermal jacket and then like pants, bro, like
Not worth it.
I wouldn't spend that
the
much.
trip.
Me neither.
If it looks good, then it's whatever.
So we were talking a little bit before we recorded. Olentangy Orange High
Oh
School
no.
also doing SpongeBob musical
The same weekend.
same weekend.
Yeah.
Is there any like drama or competition about that?
Well, it's funny drama. Like we joke like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I bet Orange isn't gonna do this and like blah blah blah, and we're like,
When we
it's
saw our costumes, we said, "Take that, Orange."
yeah, our costumes are really good. But we did have an incident a week ago
Mhm.
where no one knew what happened to. There's a pair of like Squidward legs, and someone snipped up the side of them, and it went like all the way through and like ripped the whole thing. And it was like, and we were like, Orange did it.
We were like, "Orange snuck it."
Yeah.
They had to.
So these Squidward pants, Squidward legs, they're where are they kept in the auditorium?
It's-
No, they're kept back in the costume room, which is behind the stage back in the auditorium and stuff like
Okay.
that. I think most people who go to Hayes have probably never seen it.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say how does someone get access to that?
Exactly. Like,
You
we
don't.
You don't. And it's
Not in the
crazy.
student theater.
And like, when our costume person came out at the end of rehearsal, she was like, someone snipped like the Squidward legs, so who did it?
Yeah.
And like, everyone was like, what?
We were like, "How
Who
could
would
someone
do that?
even get back there?"
Who would do that?
Had to
It's
be
crazy. Like, it's Orange.
It's Orange.
It's Orange.
Not to like accuse anyone, but who does play Squidward?
Riley Christopher.
Riley Christopher, yeah.
He probably wouldn't do that to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was.
You're not
That was more of like a
accusing anybody.
genuine like question.
Yeah, you're asking the victim here. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I know you said you're playing SpongeBob, you're Patrick, and Stella is
Sandy.
Sandy.
Mhm.
What are the other like main characters?
There's
Squidward's Riley.
Squidward is Riley Christopher. There's Mr. Krabs is Joel Domino, and like,
Mr. Krabs' daughter, Pearl,
Yeah.
the whale,
Oh,
is
yeah.
Julia Waltz.
yeah.
Plankton is Nick Hemanowski, and Karen, the computer, Plankton's wife, is Evelyn Penley. And those are the leads of the show.
How do you
play
computer?
roll on FaceTime?
Have
or
to
something?
come to the show to find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works.
It works.
It's very funny.
Okay, that's good to know.
What does we just had a pickle on? this
Oh,
year.
yeah.
What does he do?
He is actually Patrick's understudy as well.
I think he told us that.
So
actually.
he plays. There's a little skit at the beginning of the show, and he plays a security guard who's supposed to be like crew for the show.
Mhm.
At like the beginning, like puts
Right.
people in their seats and stuff, and then something happens with like a character, and he comes on and he says like a few like fun things, but he's like mostly in the ensemble, so like the bigger numbers. But he's my understudy as well, so I have to give him all of my notes,
Yeah.
and then he'll put that in his line.
He's also Johnny the bartender. Just a random little.
Yeah, he definitely
footnote.
told us that.
Yeah.
I just forgot. I I'm trying to remember what. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to make something up on the spot right now. I can't let you. What is the process like? I know you guys kind of just like find out, but what, like when you're hearing what the musical will be, like can you like push for certain things, or like you kind of just like hoping like it's what you want?
Well, during the play, I was hoping that it was SpongeBob because it's going to be my last show, and it's my favorite musical. And I was like, guys, it's going to be SpongeBob, like jokingly backstage. And everyone's like, no, it's not going to be SpongeBob. Then I found like all this evidence of like the directors were like giving like kind of like mini clues here and there. Like the show was like $8,000. So we went like on the Concord Theater website and looked up how much the rights would be. And it was $8,000. And I was like, that's weird. And then I saw our costume person does not know about this. During the play rehearsal, we were allowed to like sit in the house and watch other scenes, and our costume person was sitting there on her phone looking at SpongeBob, like the musical like costumes and stuff. And I went backstage and I was like, guys, she's looking at SpongeBob costumes. And I was like, no, she's not. Like, well, it's not gonna be SpongeBob. And then there was a scavenger hunt downtown.
I was there. He wasn't. He was at a college visit. But yeah, I was at the scavenger hunt. Like they hosted a scavenger hunt. It started at Willis. They had clues around different businesses downtown, and we had to go find them. It was like a scavenger hunt. The one clue would lead you to the other, and they would like put some letters in big bold, like to hint towards the show. Like one of them was fish. Another one was like something to do with like bikini or something like that. I can't remember, but everyone was like, oh my gosh, it's the Little Mermaid when they saw fish. So a bunch of people thought it was going to be the Little Mermaid. I was like, hold on.
Who was that? Janitor?
Janitor. Should I close them around?
They're invading. It's orange. It's orange. She's wearing orange.
I kind of like forgot it was nighttime until
It's weird.
I got up to like blow my nose, and I was like, oh,
I don't think I've ever.
it's like
so
dark.
bad.
I feel like it's really late than it really is. I don't know. It
It
feels
gets
like
dark.
that.
Well, I mean, pitch black out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also like a tint kind of through those windows, I think.
Yeah, but I think
which
it's
adds,
still pitch
yeah,
dark.
still, yeah.
It's still pretty dark.
Yeah.
Went from, yeah.
Okay, quick recap. We don't have to go in depth like at all,
Mhm.
but SpongeBob the Musical, March
16th through 18th.
16th through 18th. I knew that.
4
SpongeBob,
shows.
Patrick. Orange is sabotaging.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
going to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to BG. Anything else we want to before we continue?
I think we're all good. I think.
a TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Okay, before, I want to hear Colin's fact of the day.
Okay.
Colin, are we still recording?
Yes.
Okay. All right, fact of the day.
Precisely
Will you,
4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Just move the microphone, just point it that way.
Alright.
Just, that's good, good enough.
So if you haven't listened to Talisman Talks, which if you haven't, shame on you, go back in time and watch the rest of ours. Since my arrival, we have done a fun fact of the day. And I don't usually just spit the fact out there. I pepper it up a little bit. Give it a little bit of fluff. Really hook the listener before I display the artistry that is my fact of the
It's
day.
gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah.
I am quite a fan of finding fascinating ways to captivate an audience using a vast plethora of elaborate, unique words. However, Scotland has taken it too far.
Oh my bad.
If I want to hear y'all's estimates, because I promise you they'll be inaccurate. How many words in the Scottish language do you think mean the word snow?
25.
Okay, wait, let's think. Okay, Scotland.
26.
Scott. Okay, 24.
23.
421. There are, and may I add, 421 words in the Scottish language for the singular noun snow.
Why?
Exactly. I elaborate and display so many different emotions with a large vocabulary of words in these facts of the day. And I cannot think of 4 different reasons I'd need a word for snow, let alone 421.
Why?
Is that like a Scottish language thing, or is that just the word snow over there? Like,
No.
does like a bunch of different words have like 400 different?
No,
Blood of snow.
421 words.
I know.
Mean the singular word snow.
But are there like other words that like have that same thing? Like, are there like 421 different words for car?
No.
Just
they
snow.
just are really elaborate, specific, and strange about their snow in Scotland.
So there's different words for like soft snow, like sticky.
Yeah,
So, I
but
don't
then,
know.
like, how could you come up with 421 different adjectives for snow? Like, I don't think I could do that.
So okay, so
Are you fact checking me?
Well, I was just looking at
I
some
want to hear
examples.
some of the.
Flindricken.
Yeah, that was what I
means
found.
a light snow shower. Scoven is a large
Scottish.
snowflake.
Word.
Spitters are small drops or flakes of wind-driven snow and rain.
Spitters.
There's 421.
That's funny.
Ain't that insane, y'all?
That's a great
421 is one more than the number of our thespian troop, 420.
Yeah, it's
Thespian
420.
What
Yep.
does that mean?
It's
Didn't Stella explain it last time? Okay, it's
She definitely could have.
She
it's
could've.
thespian
her.
troop is meaning like, so it's kind of like how there's different like Boy Scout troops all throughout the country and stuff like that. Like there's thespian troops. There's an organization called Thespians International, and it's like an
remember
official
this now.
organization, and they can like recognize your group as an official like thespians group for. And thespians means like people who are involved in theater. It's just a fancy way of saying it.
Right, I remember
So
Joe needed that
yeah.
explanation.
Yeah.
So we're in that Thespians International, and we are troop number 420.
That's
Our
a funny
A's.
number.
That's awesome.
Funny number.
420
Also,
thespians.
ironically,
Yeah.
Joe, this is crazy. Ironically, their thespians is kind of like our newscast version of Snow, which is
Wait.
because we get Snow certified, right? And they get thespian
Oh.
certified. So it goes all the way back around to Snow.
Okay.
Make it 422.
Snow is school newspapers online. It's like the
I
Oh.
didn't know that. It's like the standards.
It's like
people
the
kinda- they give
the
out,
company
like,
that we
awards.
use for Talisman.
Oh, okay.
There's that flow. There's
No,
flow
no.
and Snow.
Flow is an editing.
Edit-
software,
yeah,
which
it's
is through Snow, I think. Maybe.
Perhaps. I don't know.
Maybe.
Count me.
I don't be doing it.
I don't do it.
Well, you definitely
Well,
don't do it, but
I don't do
you
anything.
didn't do it.
Yeah. I know. TikTok.
Yeah. Tell
The
us.
TikTok for troop 420.
So our TikTok is HeySthes420, and we're probably gonna post. We won't post any in costume until after the show because
Yeah.
we don't want to reveal anything.
We are sworn to secrecy by our director.
Yeah, she will murder us.
Yeah.
But
Literally.
we have posted a couple, and one's gotten like almost 500 likes, and then another one's gotten like almost 300.
Yeah.
Beat that orange.
That's Hayes THES 420. Hayes THES 420.
It should have like the SpongeBob like logo on it. The newest one is, I think,
It's
the
super
best.
slow. I had to go to my personal hotspot because school Wi-Fi,
Oh, okay.
and it's super slow. But
Yeah, the one I watched, it was like, guess who the real SpongeBob is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was really easy because I knew who the real SpongeBob was.
Oh, that's easy.
But, yeah, it was a nice little video. I was impressed.
Our mics are still recording.
Oh,
We're
good.
10
That's good.
minutes in.
Thank
Okay,
you.
It's
nice.
pretty awesome.
so we
actually.
got what 40 minutes total.
Yeah.
Around there?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We were gonna do a TikTok.
Anyways, yeah, that's
for
the
Talisman,
TikTok.
We
though.
have we
page.
technically do have a TikTok for Talisman Talks. There's no content, not following,
Mhm.
no followers.
Nice.
We were
It's
gonna
just created.
yeah.
Because
We were gonna do like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and stuff.
like you see like the clips of
That's
like
so
certain
much-
Right,
podcasts.
yeah.
and
It's
we're
a lot
gonna
of-
do that.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I'm
I
not
don't-
doing it. Joe's not doing it.
doing it. Plus, like, I don't know how many like highlight moments we have.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like
question
pick up,
answer.
like, oh, that
question-
would be good on TikTok. We don't. Have
Yeah,
that.
it's just me
Yeah.
like ranting about how I don't like Bowling Green.
What? You don't like what?
Bowling Green. Like how I was just.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that was in there because I kind of hope it wasn't. 'Cause those,
Well,
it probably
it
was.
definitely was.
definitely was.
Why is that bad though?
I don't know.
This is not loading. Maybe you can
we
try
could-
it, maybe.
If you're worried about offending,
I can
Bowling
pull it up
Green,
on my
don't worry.
phone.
We
I
went
might
on
be
for like
able to
3
pull it up
minutes
on
on
my
why we both
phone.
kind of like Bowling Green.
Yeah,
So we're in
yeah,
good
there we
shape.
go.
We showed the pros
You can probably
and
pull
cons
it
of
up.
Bowling
I'll
Green.
let you.
Mhm.
I'll keep trying this, but I don't think it's gonna work.
Okay, mine's loading, so I think I'll get it.
Let's just.
And we only have like
Here it is.
100 something followers.
Should I show it
Play
to
the
the
second
camera?
one.
It won't pick it up.
I won't pick it up. Well, it's right here.
I could insert a clip. Do I want to do that? Do I want to go to that work? We'll see.
You just have to save it to your camera roll and then airdrop it to your computer.
Okay.
Probably.
I can. Do
I
that
think
then.
the second
So yeah,
one's
I'll
like-
put it. I'll put it on like. I'll put that on the YouTube.
You definitely
clip,
should.
whatever.
Okay.
But I have not seen this, so. Okay.
Should we get the
Oh, are
time?
we
Should
not?
we get the time stamp
Are we
of
not?
when? I thought we were about to watch
Yeah,
it.
Pull it up.
I want to
Do
watch
you want
it.
me to- okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Show
it.
I have to pull it up
Colin,
again.
Right. What time?
I'll write it down.
What time does it say so we can write it down?
11:50.
11:50. Okay, so then we can know when to go back and throw it in there.
Here,
Yeah.
you can just take it.
But
Y'all
it's
watch
plus 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So technically, it's like
Do you want me to-
Yeah, my.
42 minutes.
I'll use mine.
I film everything, so I'm not in any of these.
You don't have to be that close. You can sit.
Which one should I play, Ethan?
Play the second one.
Okay.
Okay.
Very loud.
I think Stella came up with that idea.
So we just do short little things to like we have only done 2 so far. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. We just do like short little things to just promote the show, get the word out, you know.
Yeah.
So we like sang like an excerpt from the thing that SpongeBob sings.
Yeah.
Mix up a breakfast for my favorite.
That one got a little
pet
light.
snail. Jump
I
out
know.
of bed. Mix up a breakfast for my favorite pet snail. Jump out of bed.
That one really
Mix
loud.
up a breakfast for my
Lewinsky.
favorite pet snail. Jump out of bed.
That's
Mix
Squidward.
up a
Yeah, that's
breakfast for my
Squidward.
favorite pet snail.
There's me.
Jump out of bed.
I think that one's
Mix
pretty
up a
loud.
breakfast for my favorite
I don't know.
pet snail. Jump out of bed.
That's Old Man Jenkins.
Mix up a breakfast
Yes.
for my favorite pet snail. Jump
There's
out
Pearl.
of bed. Mix up a breakfast for my favorite pet snail. Jump out of
Buster
bed.
Blue Tang.
Mix up a breakfast for my favorite pet snail. Jump out
That's
of
Patchy.
bed. Mixed up a breakfast for
Ethan,
my
are you in there?
favorite
No,
pet
I
snail.
filmed that.
Jump out of bed.
That's,
Mix up
Krabby
a
Patty
breakfast
fish.
For my favorite pet snail.
That's Perch Perkins.
He had no idea what was going on.
a breakfast for my favorite pet.
And then someone
it.
comes in at the very end and interrupts.
Yeah.
So where do you get like the ideas for the different like sounds and stuff to use? Like, well, obviously for the first one it was like on its own, but the more recent one like it's
Well,
like choreographed almost.
yeah, so that like that dance and like the song is kind of like a trend. So I was like,
Yeah.
that'd be fun to do with like I don't know, like some other characters in the show. So I just chose like the main girls of the show to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The other one, a lot of other schools that are doing SpongeBob does that same thing.
Yeah.
So I was
Gotcha.
like, let's just do it as our first TikTok, and I got a lot of likes actually.
Yeah.
good.
And we only have like 140 followers,
Yeah.
so like 500 likes is really good.
You should do the one like the Ice Spice thing, like the, you know.
I don't know that.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't get on.
We might do
on
a
that.
thing
You know?
where we like shake hand in character. We were thinking
That
of
is
that.
a good one.
like
Except we would have to wait until after the show to post
we have
it
to do
because
something
we
else.
are sworn to secrecy
So-
about costumes and stuff.
Okay, so it'd be with like the costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was picturing like you, like yo, I'm SpongeBob. Or, I'm SpongeBob. Like I don't know.
I'm SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I was zoned out for the past like 2 minutes.
That's
I have
okay.
no idea what we're talking about.
It's all good.
Do we want to
Welcome
do?
back.
I was playing. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
Hey.
Well, unless okay, we have this tier list.
Yeah, we have a
Joe's idea.
A tier
SpongeBob
list.
character tier list.
Oh, okay.
The more I thought about
our
it,
cast members are gonna like hate us for watching.
This is not
This
at all
is-
related
yeah,
to the
it's
cast.
not-
This is the
This
show.
is just
This is
the show,
SpongeBob,
the cartoon.
The show. Which,
show.
by the way, I did not know that much about SpongeBob. I've obviously seen it, but like I'm not like a
yeah.
Right.
SpongeBob's
Once
my
I-
child.
diehard fan.
Once I
Okay.
added it to our little thing, there were two thoughts I had. There's one could be problematic as people like play those rules.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I was looking at them. I was like, I think most people like pretty much all of them. So it's pretty much a how much do you like
they're
'em?
all great.
Do we want to do like?
Yeah, no, we'll do
Yeah,
it.
let's
for
still
sure,
do
for
it.
sure, for sure.
Okay, so Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy are
D.
not in the show.
They're not in the actual
Not in the
musical.
musical?
Yeah,
they are
they're mentioned,
though.
but-
Well, actually, only
Are
one.
you
Good thing this
recording?
is.
Yeah.
No, I haven't started yet.
Okay.
Yeah, good thing we're not doing this based off the musical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
We
based
know
off
our
the musical.
feelings.
It's a cartoon.
How do I?
Command Shift 5,
Command Shift.
and then
Record
entire
entire
screen.
Record. Colin, where are we at?
We are at 16:23 and add half an hour to that if you're looking for that. So like,
We just need to know like for what point to add.
Oh,
it.
for
I'm gonna say
the audio?
16 and 18.
The video.
Yeah,
like
because
to
I'm
put the
screen
video.
recording.
Yeah.
Because it's
Okay.
going. Okay. Joe, why don't you take this down here and then we'll
Okay.
put it there.
Okay.
God.
You want to just go in order?
This is gonna be hard.
Okay.
Let's be critical with the S tier then.
Okay.
Since
we'll
we
be
have 5
critical.
tiers.
Oh, I agree. Y'all should you have to be the literal goat.
Okay.
For the S tier.
Okay, can we just be safe and say SpongeBob just goes in A tier?
Why not S?
He's
No,
definitely.
No, we're being critical with that.
Yeah, we
We'll
gotta
put
be
him in
critical.
A for now.
Put him in A because
Let's
he's the main character, but like he's solid. We'll
He's
put
kind of
him in
annoying.
A.
He can be annoying.
Yeah, he is a little annoying sometimes.
He's like a
In some
little
episodes, he's very annoying.
Go ahead and put Sandy in S.
Yeah, Sandy is an
Seriously?
S.
Really? Why
Honestly.
is that?
She's amazing. She's hilarious.
She beats Patrick up for no reason. And it's so
Yeah.
funny. It's so funny.
I would say SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy are all S, but that's just
No.
me.
I'm feeling like I feel like we're not doing it right if SpongeBob's not an S. Like
Well,
it's
SpongeBob has
we're
no
watching.
character
He's-
development.
S is for
Take him
SpongeBob.
off the board.
Okay,
Come
we'll
down
take-
last.
we'll
take him
chill
off
out.
the
We'll do
board.
him last.
Chill out.
All right,
Let's-
Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man are D in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, they don't.
I mean, they're not like main characters, but
Yeah.
I mean, they're cool characters. They're superheroes.
Well, not really, because by the time you see them in the actual show, they're crazy old men who don't do
Yeah,
anything.
true.
Yeah, I kind of.
I agree with that.
From what
They
from
are
what I
funny, though.
remember, I find myself getting like frustrated by them. Like there's
be
like an
honest,
obvious solution,
they are a
but then they're
little
like,
annoying.
oh, I'm old. And it's
Yeah.
like,
And then they're not
facts.
cool.
To be honest, I'm kind of like 0 for 2 on tier lists that we've done on the pod.
put
so
the Eagles as like C tier.
made it to the Super Bowl. Brady Costa, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
What do we think about Patchy?
He ain't watching it.
Uh-oh.
Patrick?
No, Patchy.
Patchy.
Patchy the pirate.
That's
He's
he doesn't-
he's very important.
I was gonna
He's
give
in
him.
every episode.
Oh.
I was gonna say a B or C.
We did.
I was gonna say B.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I was
say
gonna say
B.
We gotta say we do take some of the chance in the sin section from him.
Yeah.
Which
At least from
one?
point.
The
I guess
Buckeye, or not Buckeye bounce, but like the before the tip off of like the basketball.
Well, we don't
games.
really do it for basketball games. It was a football thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like
We've
it's
done
like
it.
the
I think
leaders.
we've done it before. For basketball.
Yeah, we did it. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of like the leaders will be like, "Are you ready, kids?" And then all the
Aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Aye, Captain.
That
And
is
everyone
really
does, and then you go
iconic.
into Buckeye.
And then we're all like,
Bounce.
oh,
Yeah.
Well, then,
And then
but besides
Carson
those
Bay kicks the
lines,
ball.
right?
And
Besides
passes
those lines, what's he known for? Besides the specials, he's not really in any of the episodes besides his.
We have
Occasionally.
Well, we have him at a B.
I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think
B's
he's
fair?
right.
I think
he's
it's-
right.
that's
I think it's a B is solid for him.
Doesn't he have like speaking roles in the like movie or whatever? Because at the start,
He's the purple, but like off at that, he's like the guy in the purple. He's like live action, and he has like a
Yeah.
parrot puppet thing.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
always just
Yeah.
intrudes
Yeah.
into the cartoon, and it's really
Yeah.
funny.
yeah.
I still think B.
I mess with B.
Let's do Mr. Krabs.
I personally love Mr. Krabs.
I think A.
I think A.
Mr.
I was gonna put
Krabs.
Krabs at an A.
I agree.
He's so greedy. He's all about his bag, bro.
But he's
a
funny. He has some
X,
iconic
X.
moments.
Yeah.
Like
I'd be fine with that.
nothing I respect more than someone who knows what they want.
He's just getting his back.
Mr.
man.
Krabs.
In the show, the musical, he's not a good guy.
He is not a good character in
I
the show.
take the money.
Well, Joel is fantastic at playing heads,
Yeah.
but
I'll
he
take
is
the money.
not a great guy.
It's so funny.
Like, oh my god.
I think we can agree Squidward is an S.
Squidward is an S.
I think I see stuff sometimes, and it's like as you grow up, you realize why Squidward was so like
Yeah.
grumpy.
like he's so relatable.
He gets more relatable the older you get.
Yeah.
I understand it.
I'm a Squidward fan.
Squidward's a chill bro.
Humorously, instead of him having character development, he allows the viewers to have character development just by understanding him more and more. So I think just that like fourth wall breaking of making you have character development is an S tier thing.
That's some deep. That's some
I
deep
think
stuff
deep
right
down
there.
Squidward does care about SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy.
Okay, Patrick.
I would put him in S, but that's just me. I know
he's got to be my favorite.
I know SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy are the main like trio, and they're like the best friend trio. But
Patrick's iconic.
I just love all three of them.
Okay,
funny
I
guy.
think
Hilarious.
I think he'll go in S. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I think if we are just counting the first 3 or 4 seasons, that's indisputable.
Yeah.
Because like in the first few seasons, he shines, and then like his humor falls off towards like the more recent SpongeBob's. But like in old SpongeBob, he's literally perfect.
Yeah. I think his like humor is just like funny. Like the
Yeah.
he's on the corner
The chocolate
of Conch and
episode.
Shell.
Wee-woo. It's so funny.
It's just hilarious to me. I
Who
don't
are you
know.
calling Pinhead?
The chocolate episode.
East? I thought he said West.
Don't you have to be dumb somewhere else?
Not until 4.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Oh.
Is this the Krusty
such a good-
Krab? No, this is Patrick.
He's just a funny
No,
guy.
this is Patrick.
He's such a silly guy.
Bro, Gary is a chill bro. I cannot lie. I like
I'm
Gary.
gonna put Gary maybe at B or A. One of the two.
I have an argument to make. What negative can you say about Gary?
He ran
He
away.
ran
Well,
away.
you can't.
He's not loyal.
But he's just SpongeBob's pet snail.
These
Yeah, like
snail-
he
these
stays
snails
home all
ain't
day.
loyal.
He doesn't do anything.
I mean, sometimes he does. Sometimes he has an episode
But
where
when
he
he's
really
on
shines.
screen, it's
Yeah.
funny.
He
Yeah.
has few pros, he has no cons. So like you can't go wrong with him.
It's like
I could
that
see
one
him in
episode
A.
where he turns
I
into
think
like a
A
wizard.
When I rich
I stand
SpongeBob
with
once, yeah.
I think he's an A tier character.
I think A. A's
Yeah,
pretty
we'll
good.
put him in A.
Yeah.
That one episode where he like turns into a wizard.
Yes.
So weird.
It's such a strange but awesome episode.
Karen. I haven't hit Karen.
I love
pretty
Karen
cool. Me
actually.
What?
She's
I
such
like-
an
I think
underrated
she's
character.
alright. I think she's alright.
Do you remember?
She's like-
I would be okay with her in B though. I would be
I
okay
put
with
her
her
in like B.
Do you remember the episode where Plankton is like standing in front of her and then she makes her screen? I forget what it's like. Points at him and says like stupid or something like that.
Yeah, she's hilarious. And it's funny how
that's-
Plankton is dating a computer.
And he eats
It's-
holographic meatloaf every day.
Yeah.
Meatloaf again.
Karen has some of the best lines in the musical, actually. I know this isn't about the musical, but I'm
Really?
just saying in
Yeah,
general, she
she's-
does.
she's pretty funny
She has
in the
great
musical.
lines in there.
I really want to see how you make Karen in a musical.
Then
Oh,
come
yeah.
see.
You
Get
gotta
tickets.
see.
I will. I'm ticketed up.
I have to say, I was contemplating not going to the musical for this podcast, but now I like have to.
No, you gotta go.
gotta
You
go.
gotta
I'm
go.
really convinced.
It's like an experience.
Should I say where you can get tickets?
Oh yeah.
Plug
Just
Sure.
DelawareHastethespians.com.
I'll
That's
put it.
it.
I'll put a link in
Yeah,
the
and we can say
description.
it
Yeah.
again at the end and stuff.
Cool, cool.
I
So-
think B.
B.
For
Yeah,
the
B
TV
is
show.
good.
We're good with B.
For the TV show.
Mrs.
yeah,
Puff.
Miss
That's
Puff.
A. I'm sorry.
Mrs. Puff is a classic.
She's so
She's
funny.
so funny.
And she has character development.
That's true.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
I think just like her just like screaming in the boat is so funny.
Yeah.
Like any of the
And
episodes.
how many do I need to pass?
600.
Her in the
Mrs.
episode
Puff
of
is
Hall
hilarious.
Monitor is perfect. If you've seen the episode of Hall Monitor,
I know
that
which one
is
you're
the
talking
best
about.
episode.
It's, and then the part where like Patrick and SpongeBob are like in her class,
And
and,
they-
Patrick
I was
draws
just
like
gonna
a
say
doodle
that.
thing,
I was
and then
just
she
gonna
like
say
takes
that.
shape of it.
Who's the fat kid talking to?
Yes. Who's the fat kid talking to?
Solid A, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We're going at
Hey, it is.
Larry.
Larry.
See.
C. He doesn't have much
Larry's just like a
personality besides just
pretentious-
being the buff dude and like a
Pretentious-
surfer
I
guy.
respect the grind. but
He's
it's too
rarely
much.
ever there. He doesn't have many personality traits, and he has no character development.
But when
And he's
I
not funny.
when I compare
Yeah.
him to Patchy though, I don't know. I don't know if I like Larry better than Patchy.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're
but
comparing
Patchy is
to Karen.
funny in the live
Patchy
action
is funny.
parts.
Yeah.
I like Patchy better. I mean, I would say that either
Okay.
Larry's either a C or a D.
I
I
say
feel
C.
like
I say C. I
'Cause we
think
don't
we
have
gotta
anything in C
save
either.
D for just the superheroes.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair take.
So which one?
All
are
right,
we
we'll
on?
put him in C. Yeah.
C.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember the episode with like the extreme like sports or whatever. You know what I'm
yeah.
talking- I was like, get
I think I know
get
which
over
one you're talking
yourself,
about.
Larry. Like, he just thought he was
The
like
part
the,
where,
bee,
like-
the bee's knees. I was like, stop it.
SpongeBob's like drowning in Goo Lagoon, and he like pulls him out and he just like punches him, and then all the goo, he's like, gah, gah. It's so funny. Pearl,
I don't like
she's
Pearl.
kind of a brat.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
C.
the way Mr. Krabs treats Pearl is kind of part of why I appreciate him. Yeah, he's just like, get out of here. Yeah. Like sometimes
That actually
you-
makes me
sometimes-
sympathize with Pearl a little bit.
I agree.
She's
don't
also
know.
adopted and
I
doesn't
gotta
know
say, Pearl
that she's
is
adopted.
Mr. Krabs' daughter.
Oh, if she doesn't
acts
know
like
by
it.
now, bro, with the crab and a
Yeah, there's a
Whale.
line in the musical where it's like
Yeah.
questions like, "Are
I
you
was-
really my dad?"
I was gonna say Pearl in the musical. If this was for the musical, I'd have her in one of the highest tiers. But since it's
Yeah.
not for because I love her in the show, but I mean the musical. But since this is for like the cartoon,
I'd
I
say
think
like
she's a
B
B
or
or a
C.
C.
yeah.
C.
I say C.
I'm messing with.
I'm gonna say
I'm
C
gonna
because
say
she's kind of a
C, yeah.
brat.
What's
Yeah.
a salad?
Plankton.
Ooh.
Plankton. is
Ooh,
A or B?
A.
S or A.
I was gonna say S.
Could
Yeah,
be
I
an
was gonna-
S.
You could
A?
make a debate for S, but my vote's A.
I feel like he's still A.
He's like such an important character, and like I don't know.
He's funny.
He is.
Like you remember, you know the thing where he like just goes through the whole family like roasting them.
Yeah.
he is
You
so
should be in a
funny.
box
He's
floating
really
down the river, Grandma.
yeah.
He's also hilarious in the musical.
I like A for
I
this
like
one.
A.
I
I'm
like
saying.
A.
I said like top of A, going into S.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, for Plankton, one of my favorite things about him is that his character development is that he doesn't have any. Because he'll sit there and like you'll think he's about to come to some big revolution where he grows as a person, becomes
Yeah.
a better character, and then he's like, nah, and then he throws it all away and goes back to his old ways. And that's like every episode he's in. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sponge.
SpongeBob. I'm feeling S. I may be
gotta be
biased,
S.
but he's so
I'm feeling
iconic.
S. He's SpongeBob, bro. We're talking about SpongeBob.
SpongeBob does have some funny moments.
He has some hilarious
like
moments.
I said, like I'm not as much of a fan as the show to like really like put my foot down. So
I'm gonna say S.
I'm gonna say
if
S.
you guys are
I'm
all
feeling
saying
S. I'm
Yeah,
feeling
yeah,
S.
I love it with y'all.
Do you guys know that one part where he like brings out the ice cubes and there's only 2 and the fish like gets mad at him and he's like, "What'd you do to my drink?"
Yeah.
And then he goes, like, yeah. It's like, you what? It's so funny.
It, without context, that doesn't make much sense. But the
No.
scene is so
Really, like,
funny.
You asked for some ice cubes.
And I only put in 1. And he's like, "Oh, that is pretty funny."
And
I think
there's
that's a good
also the
list.
episode where they crash the rocket back on Earth. They think they're all alien imposters, and him and Patrick go around shooting them all and put them in bags. And that's like that's his most hilarious episode. He is like diabolically funny throughout that entire
Yeah.
episode.
All right. Well,
That's a good list. I think
That's
that's
a good
correct.
list.
Yeah.
That's solid.
What killed
Initial
it? It's
Talisman
fire.
talks.
I think I agree with all of it.
SpongeBob character.
Yeah.
list.
Yep, there
Mhm.
it is.
Not based off the musical.
No,
Not the musical.
The TV show.
Yeah. If you're in the
I get
cast,
that
we
back.
love you all.
Yeah.
We
this
love
is
you,
not
Oscar and
laundry.
Julia.
do you want it back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Colin, where we at?
We are exactly 29 minutes of mic recording, meaning that we're at 59 minutes overall.
Nice.
So
Okay.
Works out splendidly.
anything else? Let me stop recording now. Anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Another quick recap. Tickets at or www.
DelawareHasteThespians.com.
Alright, what he said. Delaware Hayes.
Yeah.
Thespians.
It's pretty straightforward.
That
I'll
is
put a
it,
link in
isn't
the
it?
description.
Yeah. I think.
I think so.
March 16th to the 18th.
Yep. We got 4 shows. That's 16th, Thursday night. 17th is Friday night. And then we have 2, one in the afternoon and one at night at Saturday.
Okay.
Go Pacers.
18th.
Screw Orange, go Pacers.
Screw Orange, go
Screw
Pacers.
Orange, if
The
you're
Space
watching this, we're coming for
Pioneers.
you.
Orange, if you're watching this,
We know what you did. We know.
Space Pioneer. Yeah, I'll chill out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
of
It's
been a
course.
pleasure.
That's it.
Thank you.
Cool.